I'm Jazz, and today I'm going to chat a little bit more about me and my background, as well as the Book Design Collective. So if you're new here, welcome. We're so happy to have you as part of this growing community. And if you don't know me already, I am Jasmine Welch, the founder of Fleck Creative Studio, which is a book design studio that I started back in 2017. And for the most part, I've had a very crafty, art-filled life. I grew up crafting literally anything you can imagine. I used to make tiny fairies out of clothespins. If you remember the Klutz craft kits, I think I ripped through many of those. I would make little rock creatures by glue gunning sticks to rocks and putting smiley faces on them. And I even got really into making miniature books. I was just constantly drawing and creating stuff all the time, so it kind of felt like it was very much in my blood, even though I didn't necessarily start seeing a path to creative career until quite a bit later. So after high school, I went to study fashion design at Ryerson University, thinking that I would become a fashion designer, and that journey quickly evolved into a love of typography, color theory, communication design, editorial design. And in one of my editorial layout classes where I learned about InDesign is really what kind of solidified my path into the world of book design, even though I still didn't know it yet. So after graduating, I had the kind of fundamentals of a design background, but didn't really know how to use it yet or where to go. And I worked in marketing for a little while and project management, account management, and wasn't really feeling creatively fueled, even though it was, I think, very important background to get as a freelancer to really understand how projects should be managed and how to create briefs and all that sort of thing. But I wasn't actually doing the creative work, and that was kind of sucking my soul a little bit. So I did manage to land a freelance gig to do a book and just absolutely fell in love with book design. But again, I wasn't really sure where to take it. I was brand new at that, didn't really know how to navigate the world of being a book designer. And so I went back to school to do my Master of Publishing at SFU in Vancouver. And that really gave me a holistic view of the publishing world and how a publisher actually operates and what roles are involved. So that was a great kind of crash course on what goes on in publishing. And I was able to take that knowledge back into my business to really help the authors and folks that I work with. And I started working at a press and absolutely adored the books and just loved working with authors. So it's been kind of a dream career, although very hard at times, as my fellow book designers can attest. The freelance life is not for everyone. But that's part of the reason that eventually led me here to be running the Book Design Collective. Since when I started my business, there's a lot of pitfalls and success stories and this roller coaster of running a self-employed freelance business. And I would always kind of log and record my processes and my learnings, and I started to post them on Instagram and felt that I really enjoyed the teaching aspect of sharing my knowledge and getting to help others avoid some of the things that I couldn't avoid when I was first starting. So that kind of expressed itself as trainings for designers, some little tips for designers, as well as tips on the author side, like how to go about certain self-publishing decisions and navigating the Amazon space. So I was constantly posting these little videos and made a lot of contacts through social media that I would chat with regularly, including some trusted colleagues. So when I was chatting with one of the folks that I worked with regularly and we would collaborate on books and create things together, we enjoyed creating so much and actually getting to chat with a fellow book designer that really understood what we were going through, that we brainstormed together. And this is Christy Hill, who started the Book Design Collective with me, brainstormed how to create this community space because we felt that it was so impactful. And what we did was essentially just create a Slack channel, and I added everybody who wanted to join to a Google Calendar invite that met up regularly. And that's how it all began, and folks really felt seen and were able to connect with people that understood what they were going through, as well as could answer some of their questions and roadblocks and all sorts of stuff that they were dealing with in ways that folks from other fields might not understand, as well as just having a place to chat and connect with people in a more of a casual venue as well. So that has since evolved to us coming onto Substack, which is really exciting because for the last few years, we haven't had a formal base to call home, and a lot of the resources that we discuss in Slack disappear over time because Slack Enterprise is not something that we can afford for a collective group since it's a per person fee. So we figured it would make sense to start archiving these resources in a free accessible place because, again, open source knowledge was so important to us when we were starting this collective. So moving things over to Substack where they can be archived and maintained felt like the right next step, and that's why you're hearing this video now. So thanks again so much for being part of our community, and if you have any questions or things that you want to chat about, whether it be in the calls or on Slack, leave a comment or a note or head to Slack and communicate with us, because a lot of what we end up talking about in our collective meetings as well as on Slack comes from group generated content, and we really want to chat about the things that are important to you, that are bothering you in your freelance practice, or that you want to grow as a skill set in your freelance practice. Whatever it is, we're here to kind of all level up together, because I personally have learned so much from the folks in our collective, and I know that a lot of people have gained a lot of valuable insights as well. So the more we share together, the more we grow together, and we're just all very excited to be in this community. And again, thanks for being here. We'll see you on the meetings, and we'll see you in Slack. Bye.